So let's talk about some of the strength and resilience of fathers, because this is where the children will pick up and see and determine that this is what this is what I'm going to follow. So community and family bonds. So, community connections play a crucial role in supporting fathers. It fosters a sense of belonging and shared responsibility. So, I put some examples in here as far as small groups, whether you may have a church, you have certain social clubs, fraternities. And so, as being a father, you also have to have someone to bounce information off of, whether it's your pastor, your friend, your deacon, someone that you go through that says, okay, I'm trying to be the best father I can. How does it work here? Maybe I can get some guidance. So that's when the community comes in. Okay. Then we talk about empowerment through family bonds. So strong family ties empower fathers to face challenges while providing nurturing environments for their children. So if you're a father and you have a good relationship with your father, then that bond that you have allows you to develop a bond with your child as well. And so we want to use all of that because, again, you're going to have so much great information from the elders to move people along as they go through fatherhood. Fatherhood shouldn't be something that you do alone. It shouldn't be something that you try to recreate the wheel. Um, it should be something that you can lean on others to help guide you through. Okay. Next is pride and identity. This is something that, kind of gets passed down. So we're going to talk about the importance of culture pride. So culture pride is essence for fathers as it shapes our identity and strengthens our connections and helps us stay grounded in our values. So every year for my family, and it's been happening for 52 years, we have a family reunion. At that reunion, yeah, we have a business meeting and everyone kind of sits in a meeting. You kind of know how business is going to actually move if you're going to corporate America. But that's our first platform for learning. So that's kind of passed down. So that's something that my great uncle took pride in and gave us that identity. He was president of Rush College in Mississippi. He took it from unincorporated, I mean, not unincorporated, but a university that was at the bottom and kind of moved them up over the years. So also we have passing down traditions. Fathers are encouraged to pass down tradition values, um, ensuring that cultural identity is preserved for future generations. It's not only traditional skills such as trades, specific skills that were passed down from generation to generation. Now, this kind of works in the environment of we're going to own our own and have something there where we're not begging. Okay. There was a statistic that came out that basically said if you would pass down trades, okay, so whether you're a mechanic, you're a plumber, you're a farmer, you're a carpenter, um, you do shoes and purses, those traditions and trades can be passed down from father to child, and they pick that information up and they pass it down, and they call it keeping it in the family. That's what we call it. You keep it in the family. There was a break there where that didn't happen. Most of that happened in the industrial uh, era. And I recall where my uncle is the only one, like I said, it was five brothers. He was the only one that stayed to help my grandfather out who farmed. Everyone else went up north and got jobs up north. So the farming was passed down to him, which was passed down to his son. Okay. I picked up some of that just because I said I go and I learn from them. So to this day, I still grow. So these are things that are passed down. So our kind of identity has always been to be providers, be able to grow, to be self-sufficient and not depend on anyone else. Um, I put a scripture here, Proverbs 23:24. And it reads, the father of the righteous will greatly rejoice, and he who fathers a wise son will be glad in him. So you want to pass these things down to your children. And at the same token, they're going to appreciate that because you're going to appreciate them once they follow your particular traditions and what you pass down. Um, so most people know I'm definitely I'm a believer. So I will have some verses in here. Hopefully everyone understands and can kind of relate. All right, so now let's talk to the last part here. Impact on children and families. All right, positive role model. All right. So teaching core values. Fathers instill essential values such as responsibility, respect, and resilience in their children. Again, we have to understand that they're going to model what they see. And as fathers, we have to be the best role model we can be. They're also going to see you get knocked down, but this says, how many times can you get up? So you have to be resilient and keep moving in these particular situations. So fostering healthy dynamics, involvement of fathers in the family, life fosters a healthier relationship and family dynamics with the household. Um, put another scripture here. We're still in Proverbs. It says, train up a child in the way he should go. And when he is old, he will not depart from it. So again, as you pass things on, as they look at you as a father, um, then they see what they should be modeling. And I think I have it in here a little bit later, but I relate this to planting a garden. When I plant a garden and I put a row in, or I don't care if I put it in a bag in a certain area, I always leave the package that I received the seeds out of at the end of the row or right there. And my kids would ask me, my children would say, Dad, why do you leave the paper on the ground? I say so they can have something to look at to know what they're supposed to be when they grow up. So I'm giving them, this is what you're going to look like. I don't want to be like, you look at a commercial and McDonald's is there and they give you this nice, beautiful burger. And then you go to McDonald's, you be like, well, where's the burger I saw on TV? We want the kids to grow up and have something to look forward to and what they should be or what they should become. Okay. All right.